Um, I'm gonna have so many Discord notifications while we're doing this. Uh, okay.
Matt, can I finish my game?
What? I got. Okay, as long as it doesn't distract you from the podcast. You're just sitting there playing Plants vs Zombies like no other context.
It's a good
It's
game.
just you're just playing Plants vs Zombies.
It's a good game, man.
I mean, it is. Like, it's not a bad game. What do you think of the new one?
Shit. Can I say that?
Well, yeah, man. Like, it's fine. You can say whatever you want.
Okay.
But, okay. So, I guess I'll do an intro of sorts. I have no idea how we'll start it, but, okay.
Yeah,
Hello, everyone, to the Epic Gamers Podcast. We don't know what we're doing, and, I'm Quantum, hello, and, my co-hosts, or really just other hosts, is Toxic.
yeah, hi.
He's playing Plants vs. Zombies right now. So, and then we also have 8-Bit.
Hello.
Hello. Very nice. Okay, so, I think the elephant in the room is something that, both 8-Bit and I have been talking about, and I've mentioned to you, Toxic. I finished watching, Star vs. the Forces of Evil, last night. And
Yeah.
I have, I think a couple controversial things to say about it. The bottom line being, the finale sucked.
Yeah, it was really bad compared
Yeah.
to like shows like Gravity Falls.
I
where-
did that too. I compared it to that.
Yeah, because Gravity Falls, like they actually extended their finale. Like that's what they should have done. It felt like they were just rushing it because they wanted to get
Yeah,
the show
yeah.
over with.
Well, okay, because I think there are two possibilities. Either since the people who run Cartoon Network have been reacquired by another company, I can't remember by who, I think they're pushing out some of their old series, or the people who are working on it just lost all of their passionate side for the show and just totally didn't care, which is sad. But I just want to say, honestly, I think, okay, Toxic, for context to you, basically there's this army of like metal robots that are magic that can't be destroyed by like the powerful magic that these three queens have.
Yeah, okay.
And so basically, they decide that the only way to deal with it is by destroying all magic. So they go into the realm of magic to destroy it. I probably should have said spoilers, but
Yeah.
yeah.
You could
just
I mean,
You could just put in all bold letters. Spoiler.
I'll just like do a neon sign effect on like spoilers, but okay, so essentially they went and destroyed magic and it was ridiculous. Now, okay, so the first thing is when Star goes into Glossoric's eye, which, for context to you, Toxic, again, Glossoric is like this weird mystical guy, and supposedly he's the one who created magic, and it's very hinted on a lot through the series, which is one of the reasons why I think the series shouldn't have ended yet. There needed to be more fleshing out of other characters. But, so basically, she goes into Glossoric's eye and talks to him, and there's this room full of tapestries for all of the queens, and hers is almost finished. See, she says it's finished, but, basically it shows her destroying the magic and quote-unquote saving the day and everything. But I just want to say that tapestry was not finished, not by a long shot. Well, actually, no, it was by a short shot, but it, like, the loom was clearly still connected to the tapestry, so the tapestry wasn't necessarily finished. It wasn't done. And I think it's kind of weird that a person like Star would believe in predetermined destiny, and she thought, oh, well, my banner's complete, so, I have to. She had a free will. She could have, teamed up with the other queens and, fought. But she just decided, oh, yeah, I'm just gonna destroy all magic.
Yeah, Eclipsa,
Yeah.
which for Toxic's context is
Yeah.
this like this queen that's been frozen for like 300 years, and like in season 3 of the show she finally got released,
Yeah.
and her mother like gave her all these powerful spells because her mother was a monster fighter. And so she has a spell called Total Annihilation or something like that. It's like the spell that
No,
cannot
it's
be
it's
named.
it's the spell with no name. It's a
Yeah,
butterfly.
I thought I just called it. Yeah. But yeah, she could have easily probably used that on the main villain of the like indestructible like robot
Yeah, and
knight thingies,
they even
which was
mention that if they and it's the same thing that happened with Toffee. Like Moon shot off Toffee's finger, which was like an indestructible immortal lizard guy. And that scared away the rest of the army because they were like, "Oh my gosh, she has the power to, stop us from being immortal." And like all Eclipsa would have to do is just shoot Mina, the main, bad girl in the iron suit, and then the rest of them would be terrified, They'd be like, "Oh shoot, they're very strong and they can actually kill us."
especially if there was somewhere where Star could learn the spell too, and
Yeah,
Moon,
like
Star, and
yeah,
Eclipsa could do it at the same time.
exactly. All Eclipsa needs to do is tell them the spell.
And then like create like a mega, because what it looks like when it like goes out is it's like this butterfly with a skull in the middle, like there's just this gigantic butterfly
And
thing
it just
that
goes through everything.
Yeah.
It doesn't just kill the thing that you aim it at. It goes on for a long while.
And then if they killed Mina, which was the main like leader, then all of the other soldiers' morale would go down. Like even
Exactly.
after the ending,
And that's
when,
exactly what happened with Toffee. So I don't understand
Yeah.
how they were just like, "Oh no, that won't work at all."
even after the ending, it shows Mina without her powers because she was defeated, and she goes back into the forest, and there's like one other person that said, I wasn't as
Exactly.
hate filled as I thought, because she lost morale because she
Exactly.
realized Mina was defeated. It's just
Yeah, it's just like, and also, it's just like, I don't understand why after they destroy the magic, Eclipse is just like, "Oh hey, by the way, Moon, could I have some parenting tips?" It's just like, and for some reason, Star also forgets about the fact that it really is all Moon's fault. Because it's just like, she makes the statement, "Oh, well, Mina was gonna take over anyway." But yeah, you also gave her the most powerful thing ever. And it's just like, you made them, and then you gave them powers. She may have been the start of it, but you powered her army, so it's ridiculous to think that she's not responsible.
yeah.
Okay, I think that's enough hating on the Star vs. the Forces of Evil ending.
Yeah.
But because I think Toxic is just kind of sitting in a corner here, just waiting for the conversation to end.
Yeah.
He just doesn't know what's going on.
No, no
And
clue.
that's fine. Yeah. I just felt like, we needed to get that frustration out into the air. But okay, so I mentioned this. I have some notes here, and my top note is a little thing called Bean Yoda.
Oh my god.
Bean Yoda, Bean Yoda, to us, Bean Yoda is just any weird picture of Yoda, and I think so far about my favorite one of Yoda is this one, because it's a toy of Yoda, and he looks so intimidating, but his face, it doesn't speak sad, it doesn't speak angry,
Yeah.
it's just hollow.
Yeah, he's like,
It's
how did you do in
just-
PE today?
Yeah, and then oh wait, and then there's this one. That there. and here's like another toy Yoda, but it just looks nothing like Yoda. It's just like, that doesn't look like Yoda actually. That looks like a raisin Yoda. It's Yoda that's been sitting in the sun for a couple hours. Oh, and here's something I made. It's Bean Yoda's date. It's Bean Yoda. Yoda Bean. You can tell she's a spy because she has Death Star earrings.
She's blushing too.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, here's this. This looks like Bean Yoda's Tinder profile. Age 238, looking for small green women.
My voice is very soothing.
Not interested in trans women. I am straight male. Oh, here's another one. Here's another one. Oh man, see like. Oh, and here's Yoda during his midlife crisis. Do I want soap? What is soap? Is it wax? No, it's not wax. Oh, and here's Yoda after the war, where he's seen some stuff.
He's having flashbacks.
Yeah, no, flashback.
Yep,
Oh, and
Vietnam flashback.
Here's Yoda with wired AirPods. And an old Apple MP3 player.
He's listening to his favorite jam.
Wait, and this is like Yoda, like coming into your room, like, son, we must talk. I saw the girl you took over here.
Shisha guy.
I've been spying on you for weeks. What you want, Toxic?
Shisha guy.
Okay, so that's Bean Yoda for you guys. Yoda's the best character ever. Oh wait, where's that picture of Robert Downey Jr.?
Oh, I don't know.
You mean the one where he's like,
Biting his lip bashfully.
yeah.
Yeah, like during our time with Toxic and I looking at Bean Yoda, he just posted that randomly, and I was like, "That's not Yoda."
Tony Stark, age 30.
Oh, while we're on the topic of memes, I've collected a list of my favorite Peter Griffin memes.
Peter Griffin eats a rice cake. Peter Griffin tries rice cakes.
Okay, watch the first one. Watch the first one, both of you.
Alright.
Hey, what do you got there, Peter? Rice cakes? Never had one, but somebody told me this is a really good way to start your diet.
God. God.
Oh man. We're not even 15 minutes in and we're just laughing our eyes out.
The first comment you see is
what's
Peter
the
got
next one?
invaded by demons.
Wait, what's the next one? What's the next one?
Peter tries rice cakes.
Slokku aku.
This is good. Very nice. Wait, what just happened? It's so good. Okay, wait, and here's the cherry on top. It's perfect.
Oh god, this looks not good.
This looks scary. This looks like that Johnny.
Peter. I got this here rice cake. I heard it is a good way to lose weight, so I am going to eat it. Gulp.
It's so cursed. And he
Is this
just
the
keeps
whole
doing that
video?
for like 30 seconds. That's all he does. That's all he does for the rest of the video. Oh man, that's so good.
I think you need
Uh,
some help.
Peter,
Top 10 cursed videos.
this is why people don't like Family Guy anymore. It's because, like, it's just all of the, like, cursed memes and images relating to it. Like this one, here.
No.
Like,
The first video I see that comes up after the Peter tries rice cakes is 10 times Hey Arnold got depressingly dark.
wait, did you, here, just right click and open the link up, but it's not loading
Yeah,
for you.
I know.
I see it. I see it on the top
There you
of the
go.
screen. Hey.
Hey, Lois, Ireland. Oh, man.
That looks like it was drawn by.
You know, I think we've hurt ourselves this day. We've damaged ourselves.
Yeah, I
It
can't
looks
believe
like it was drawn in Photoshop.
I probably was. You know, speaking of hurting ourselves, this is a good segue. Do we have any awesome stories of absolutely damaging our bodies physically and mentally?
Well, the fun thing is I've never broken a bone, so I haven't really done it.
I have broken a lot of bones.
Oh, Toxic, what's your personally
Um,
think very good story?
I don't know, I just fell 2 times. I
Oh,
broke bones. That's it.
mine is actually really stupid.
Was it your
Okay.
tailbone?
What?
Are you talking about the story you broke your tailbone?
I didn't break it. I just bruised
Oh,
it.
I thought you.
I'll talk about that in a second, but so the worst I've ever hurt myself was I jumped off the back of some bleachers, and they were super short actually, like they weren't tall at all, but I didn't want to slip and like fall on my butt, and I had flip flops on, and this was like when I was like 10 or 11, and so I took off my flip flops and I jumped down, and I ended up, I guess, just landing right on a rock, so I just punctured an enormous hole right through my foot. Like not like through it, but you know, there was just a big hole, and I was bleeding everywhere, and like it really hurt too. So yeah, I felt so bad about it because like the second I felt any form of pain, I thought, oh no, I ruined my brother's softball game, because he took me to like his church softball game, and that happened within the first 2 minutes of being there. So they brought me to watch a softball game, but I ended up puncturing my foot and bleeding everywhere. And my sister was just like, here, play Flappy Bird on my phone, and I got blood on her phone.
Oh my god.
So yeah, that was eventful. But so you wanted to hear the tailbone story, right?
Yeah.
So I was over at a friend's house, and this one's pretty simple. Basically, he had 2 brothers, or just a brother and a friend. I couldn't exactly remember, but we all like decided to play some Nerf stuff, and so basically we had swords and they had guns, or maybe we both had swords. I can't remember, but basically they hid in the bathroom like idiots, and so we went in there, and we hit them, and then they got upset that they lost. And then we were just like, no, you lost, and now you have to switch places with us. And they were like, no, we don't want to do that. That doesn't count. And so then my friend's brother pushes me, and I just, like, fall back onto some steps behind me, and I just smack right on my tailbone. And it hurt for weeks
Ow.
to come. It hurt so bad.
Yikes.
Yeah,
Um,
yikers.
Actually remember one story I hurt myself real bad, but I never broke a bone, which is actually surprising because I should have probably broke my knee in this situation or broke my leg, which would be whatever. I was coming home from school and I was just getting off the bus, and I guess I was in like kindergarten or first grade at that time, and I forgot my book bag, but I was running inside of the house after I got my book bag because it was raining. So I ran and I slipped onto 3 bricks and a wooden
Oh.
like stake with a
Oh
nail in it.
no.
So
Oh.
the wooden stake teared a huge gash all from my like foot all the way to my knee,
Ow.
and I should have broken something, and I was
It
just bleeding
sounds like it.
everywhere. And
Oh, no.
there was a huge wooden splinter that was still stuck to me that I didn't realize.
Oh.
And it was literally like the size of a water bottle. That's how big the wooden thing that was like inside of my leg.
You
So,
mean
like-
just like length, not thickness, of course.
Yeah, length,
Yeah.
yeah. Not thickness.
Just like
But,
a
like-
giant stake in your leg.
But yeah, and then I had like a nail in my calf. It hurt so bad. So what's surprising is I went to the doctors and they're just like, you don't need stitches, just put band-aids on that boy. And I was like, what? I just like put this
You
giant
just-
gash from
you
my
just-
knee.
I almost died, so you better take care of me.
Yeah, I almost like, and I didn't cry. And I was in like kindergarten. Like
And I didn't
I-
cry, I swear.
I was so in the moment of caring about getting my stupid book bag. I cared more about my book bag than actually being not hurt.
You know,
So I still have that scar.
yeah, that makes me think of I have 2 sisters, and this is my other sister, not my sister Emily. But basically, she was moving out of her girlfriend's place, and so she was just trying to get all of her stuff out, and so basically, well, of course, by the way, of course, ex-girlfriend, but so basically, my mom is passing me by with okay, here, let me actually no. So we were cleaning up stuff. There was a light bulb that was like around, and it fell and it broke when we were trying to like throw it away because it was, you know, stupid. And so my dad told my sister, my other sister Emily, because she was there too helping, to throw it away like somewhere else in the actual bin outside instead of a trash bag. So about 5, maybe 7 minutes later, my mom walks back past me with a bag, and I like my leg just really hurts, and I turn around at her and say, "Hey, what was that?" And she was just like, "What?" And we both look down at my leg, and there's just a large just line going from my ankle all the way up past my knee, and it's just bleeding so bad. And so I'm sitting in the bathroom getting alcohol put on it because they didn't have hydrogen peroxide, so it stung horribly, while my sister checks the trash bag and finds the light bulb, and I hear my dad yelling at my sister for putting the light bulb in there because that's exactly what he was trying to not happen. So
Did you have like pieces of glass shards in your leg?
no, it was just like a clean cut all the way up,
Oh.
but it hurt so bad because it was fairly deep, and it just, oof.
God.
Yeah,
like-
it hurt.
How?
My sister didn't want to be responsible, so she put it in a bag like my dad told her not to. That's how. I hope she doesn't find this, because she's about to be an adult, so she's legally my elder now, soon.
How? That is a big ow. Like, ow.
Yeah, very ouch. Yeah, it hurts so bad. And, like, I just, for like 20 minutes, I just didn't look at my sister because I was just like, you did this to me. How could you? And like, bless my sister's heart, my other sister. She was just like so worried. She was just like, "What happened?" She's so like, my other sister is such a like nice and caring person, but you know, I'm not. She's a private person, so I'm not gonna get like super into her. But I'm no, that sounded wrong. Never mind.
What?
Cut that out.
Okay.
Cut that out, future me. Cut no.
Okay.
So yeah, basically, I you know, sat around for a bit until it, you know, started to let up. And what sucked about it was that I had shorts on, so there were no like wrappings or anything, so I just had to place a bunch of small thin band-aids end to end to try and cover it. So I just looked like I had like a weird, it just looked really weird, like a very patchy job of band-aids while I was walking around trying to clear out a house.
Yeah, that's what I had to do for me. I just went to school the next day with like 15 of those like large band-aids just all strapped to my leg.
Yeah. I just remembered one more thing. Actually, it's about my sister Emily. And this actually still affects her to this day. So she went to Disneyland, right?
Yeah.
In Florida. We go there because, you know, it's closest and we have family there. And I'd just like to mention real quick about some of my family down there. My grandmother, well, my step-grandma, she is legally blind. That's how bad her eyesight is. Yet she is still in a county bowling league, and she is scoring 300 plus point games in bowling. So I just want to mention that I love my grandma, and I want to learn how to bowl like really well for her because she's so talented. So yeah, weird flex, but okay.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, we were down there visiting family and going to Disney. And my sister is getting off of this ride, and she falls and like hits her wrist in a weird way, and it just starts really hurting and puffing up. And so they're like, "Oh, we need to go get that checked out." And they left at 1 o'clock and never came back to the park. So like they got back at like 10 o'clock at night, and we were just sitting there waiting at the exit. So essentially, my sister got to go to Disney and then only got to spend half of the day there, and the majority of the time spent there was just waiting for the bus and then waiting for the doctor. And so basically the doctor sees her and he's just like, "Oh yeah, it's fine, it's just a sprain and it's fine." But a year and a half later, it starts really hurting her again, and it had been for some time, but it was just too much to bear at that point. So they went and saw a doctor, and the doctor said that she had like a level 3 sprain or something, which was like borderline broken, like almost broken but not, and that it should have required like a surgery to help fix it, and that the doctor there should have like done an x-ray or like whatever to make sure that that wasn't the case. So she has, since like 13 years old, she has been having to deal with like constant wrist pain because of this like 93-year-old doctor that clearly shouldn't have been working anymore misdiagnosed her and was like, "Nah, you're fine."
Yikes.
Yeah.
Just, I think
yikes.
none of us knew what to respond to that because like the other stories were just, you know, painful stories, but that one was like legit. She now has permanent wrist problems.
That's just a yikes.
Yeah. And I feel so bad for her because she right now works at Dairy Queen, and you know, like fast food is probably one of the most annoying jobs ever, and you're constantly on your feet and working with your hands. So I cannot imagine how bad her wrist feels after a full day of working at a Dairy Queen. So yeah, do you guys have any other stories? I've kind of, I didn't mean to take over the stand for painful stories.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
That was probably my only painful. So I don't really. I mean, I go out like a lot. I just don't. When I go out, I'm like. I mean, I'm not saying you're not, but like I'm a very cautious person. Like I worry too much. So like in the littlest circumstances, I will just be like, watch that, watch this.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
I think of all possible solutions that would be have a like chance of happening. That would be like 1%.
Yeah. Big brain.
Yeah, because, like, I think the reason I have so many stories is just because I am such a klutz. Like, I love going outside and swimming and playing around, but I'm just a major klutz. I'll stub my toe on anything in a house. I'll stub my toe on my dog, which that actually has happened before.
Yeah, I'll hurt myself like stubbing my toe, but like I will never like actually do something that would
Yeah.
like break my bones.
Yeah, same. But that has still happened to me.
But
actually
like yeah,
have-
I get. Go
No,
ahead.
continue. No, you.
Yeah, I actually like I get scraped and stuff all the time just because I don't pay. Like when I'm in my house, I don't pay attention, but when I'm outside, that's when I'm like full on caution mode. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Because, like, I actually have, like, 2 or 3 more stories, but I think we've talked enough about, like, gruesome getting hurt stories. I'll save it for, like, next time. If this even ever sees the light of day. It just, like, but... So, how about we talk about the wonderful game of Apex?
No,
Apex Legends
Yeah.
no, I haven't played that.
is a good game.
It's okay.
That's all
I
I
think
have to say.
I think everybody got way too heated about the whole respawn thing. I think that actually kind of helped the way the game works. I think they could make the respawn, like, whenever you're activating it, I think they could make the respawn timer a little bit longer. And I understand that, like, the ship coming in adds to the time, but I think even that's still a little quick. But, so yeah, how about we just talk about, like, battle royales in general? What do you guys think of the disease known as battle royales?
Can be good.
They were fun at first. It's so weird. Like, I mean, most video games, I complete the story of it, or I complete, like, if it's a game like Super Smash Bros., I play it for, like, a couple weeks, and then I just get bored of it. But with Battle Royale, I got bored of it, and it took a year. It's, like, so weird. But, like, it's bad now. Like, I don't think I'll ever play Fortnite again unless my friends ask me, like, on my own time. Unless it's a event like the Avengers. The Avengers event was the only event that I actually came back to play because I was just like, maybe it'll be fun, I'm bored today.
Yeah, and they needed to balance that. They needed to balance that game mode out. Like, that just wasn't balanced at all.
Yeah, it was like, if you were, like...
If you were on the Shatari team, you just left the game immediately.
Yeah.
Like, I got into a game one time with, like, the Shatari, and I watched, like, 15 people leave as soon as the battle bus launched, and I was like, oof.
Well, and to be fair, the Avengers team is a lot more, like, fun to play as, just because,
Well, yeah.
I mean, yeah. But also, I've never, usually for me what happens is everyone goes for Thanos, and all of the other people that didn't get it just leave. But yeah, they don't, for me, they didn't leave at the spawn, they just left as soon as they didn't get Thanos.
In the way of Fortnite, I think respawn vans also kind of helped the game a little bit, specifically for things like competitive play. Like, there are certain ways that you can implement respawning into games, and it works well. And I think to an extent, Fortnite and Apex actually did that pretty well. It's just, I think the main people who are complaining about the respawn stuff are the people who have played stuff like COD for like their entire childhood. And, you know, when they see a game that's supposed to be like no respawns, one chance only, they're like, "Oh, you added respawns? Ugh."
You're old when you remember when there were no respawns in Fortnite.
So yeah, it's just like actually a game that doesn't really do respawns well is CS. They have a battle royale called Danger Zone.
No,
CS:GO in specifics. Yeah, I mean, well, it's fun, but like the issue with it is, whenever you're in a squad, your teammate has infinite revives. So basically, if your teammate dies and you're still alive, it takes them like some 10 seconds to respawn, and that's it. And I just think that's really dumb. There should either be a limit to how often you can respawn, or do the thing where you can respawn players like that. Because that is not a good way of implementing a respawn into a game such as Battle Royale, because then it makes respawning a permanent thing. So you could be in like a really small circle in CS, and then your teammate dies, but then you find somewhere to hide, and then your teammate respawns, and then you both sandwich the final guy, just because of the way that the respawn works. So like, what were games that you guys played, like, when you were younger?
No, I don't know.
I played. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No.
No.
Okay. I played games. A large portion of my childhood was Minecraft and Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, Ratchet and Clank's so good.
Yeah. My mom, this is kind of private, but when she was pregnant with me, she used to play video games. That was her way of like just coping.
So that's how you ended up like that.
Yeah. That's how you. Like, she used to just like, she played games, like simple games like Ratchet and Clank and like Modern Warfare. If like she was
Mom
having
Warfare?
trouble. Mom, yeah. So in the womb, I could hear, "Get down!"
Yeah. Get out! Like, you just be like, when I'm editing this, I'm gonna make the cover for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I'm absolutely doing that.
But yeah, she used to, so like that, like when I grew up, I used to like remember her still playing it after she already had me, but eventually she stopped, and that's when I picked it up, and I was like, when I was like 4, I was like, "Mommy, can we play Ratchet and Clank?" I called it Clank. I used to call it Clank.
Clank.
And
I want to
then-
go to the Clanic.
And then my brothers, which they probably shouldn't have, but by the age of 6, they already had introduced me to Call of Duty and like Halo, which probably not good for the age of 6, but whatever.
I'm friends with some people who were watching movies as bad as Deadpool when they were like 6.
Yikes.
And that's not a lie. I actually have friends who are like that. But, you know, they're actually like really cool though.
My parents
It
were,
just
like,
depends on like how you it depends on how you manage showing like a younger audience more mature content. You just have to like make them known of morals instead of just saying, "Oh, you have to shoot everyone in sight."
Yeah, my parents were like super strict like when it came to like inappropriate video games. The only way I would ever hear anything inappropriate was from my brothers and sisters. They were the ones that introduced me to, you know, all of the bad boy words and the like
Yeah.
just the movies that were
All the
bad.
very inappropriate names.
Yeah, I remember what's stupid though is like there's some movies that I think are a little too, I mean, this is going off topic, but there's some movies that are a little too like more like they're set for higher ages. Like what's it called? Emotions, or it's that Inside Out movie or whatever.
Oh,
That was
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
13 plus. You like middle school
Really?
age. Yeah. Yeah, cuz I remember seeing it. And,
I think it's just because of the 2 lines of the angry guy saying, "Let's go to our room and scream that curse word we know." And then the other line of, "What is puberty?" I think it's literally just because of those 2 lines.
Yeah, but like, it's just like I remember my sister bringing home a flyer from her middle school, like when I was like 6. My sister's way older now, and it was like, come watch Joy or come watch Inside Out, like this Thursday night, because it was like for their age gap or their age, like they're
Wait, so was
yeah.
it like a school hosted like movie night?
Yeah, and it was for like it was like since you're 13, you're allowed to see this now. Like
Yeah.
we're legally allowed
You've
to
come
show
of
you this
age.
now.
Now you can watch an animated kids movie.
Yeah. Like we're legally allowed to show you this.
Yeah. I don't think it's illegal to like play a PG-13 movie
Yeah,
for someone younger.
I
It's
mean-
just a recommendation.
My teacher played the Grinch movie that has that scene where he
Well, yeah, I have
squeezes
no
that bad
idea.
part.
I do not have any idea how that movie is PG.
Yeah, he like I'm pretty
PG-13
sure he
at
cursed in
least.
that movie, didn't he?
Yeah, he like
Yeah, and
I
my
think it
teacher-
was only just like crap or
Yeah.
damn, but it's just like
Yeah, but he also
that's not
squeezed
PG
a
material.
private part of a
I know.
And my teacher showed that in 5th grade. I mean, that's not like horrible. Like I've seen worse,
oh my
but
gosh.
like
I loved watching Rudolph all of the other reindeer. Have you guys seen that?
No.
I don't
Oh,
think so.
okay. Here, let me send you a link to like the cover art for it. All of the other reindeer was such an I loved that movie. It was just there was just something about like the art style of it, and it just felt very Christmassy and fun. We always watched it during Christmas time. There's a trailer, I believe. Oh wait, that might be the full movie actually. Wait. But yeah, all of the other
It's
reindeer.
45 minutes.
Oh yeah, that is the full movie then. Basically, Olive is this dog that hears this thing on TV about Santa saying all of the other reindeers need to help me out with pulling my sleigh because Comet is hurt or whatever. And so the dog thought, oh, he said Olive, the other reindeer. I'm not a dog, I'm a reindeer. That's why I'm so weird. And so it was like so. I loved that movie so much. They always played it during Christmas time, and they always gave you like a little goodie bag with all of the other reindeer like stickers and stuff, and I would place those places.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. You go ahead. I want to hear what you were gonna say.
So Toxic. We kind of like went off on like something different there, but Toxic. We never heard what some of your favorite games were.
Yeah, I don't know. I just play Minecraft.
Well,
And Best of Zombies.
but that's interesting though. How did you get into Minecraft?
I don't know. Some YouTuber.
Well, okay. What made you want to play Minecraft so seriously and like get all the combos down?
Oh, I don't know. I don't have anything better to do. I don't have a life.
Well, what you were playing Plants vs Zombies earlier. Do you
Yeah.
like that very much?
Yeah, kind of.
Is it the illegal download version?
I think I bought. Yeah.
You think. You have to think about it.
Yeah.
You're not quite sure if I illegally downloaded a game.
You had to use a brain cell.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's legal.
I'm pretty sure it's legal. That's just
Let's quote that. Everyone quote that.
yeah. Like someone posts. Oh wait. Like, hold on. For some context, Christine, she's also going to be one of our hosts at some point. She is a host, actually, but, she's just kind of busy right now. She cosplayed as, this character for Anime Con or whatever, what is it called? Whatever. But, like, I would love to just, like, get sent that image by someone and say, pretty sure she's legal. And it's just like, because all Pokemon trainers are only like 10 and 13, you
Yeah.
know, because that's the cutoff on like Pokemon trainers. Like you have to be 10 to like be a Pokemon trainer, so it's not legal. and you know what's the worst part? Christine even told me, she says Pokemon trainers are usually teenagers, not really a specific age, but I wouldn't do anything gross, obviously. What is gross is trying to find references on Google Images for her, because she was looking for like references to base her cosplay off of, and she just kept finding Lolly.
Oh God.
Even with Google Safe Mode on. And let me just mention, Google Safe Mode is a lie. It doesn't protect you from anything.
That's not
I
true.
mean, I remember when I used to play Undertale. God forgive me. I used to search
God
up
forgive me.
Undertale. I used to search up like one of the characters
my
to
innocence.
save.
Yeah, my innocence died when I was trying to like do a Photoshop with Toriel, and I just looked up Toriel, and let's just say there were some promiscuous items there.
I searched up the Asgore dude, basically Ariel. What was her
no.
name? The
Toriel.
goat person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Asgore.
I
and
searched up
Toriel.
him, and I just saw a picture of him doing something to. Doing something to the child, the
Oh
one you play as.
no!
Oh.
No! That is incredibly illegal.
I know. That like scared me. I remember looking at it and being like, "Mom, Dad, please help."
Mother, father, my eyes need to be cleansed.
I need holy water. Can you take me to the church now?
Yeah, when I saw that, just for when I saw that, my computer was still in the living room, like behind our couch, and like, because my parents were watching like a movie or something, and like that just came up, and I was just like, well, yeah, just Alt F4 on that, and then erase all of the history for the past 24 hours.
Can't
And
even
it's
do
just
that.
like, what?
I can't even do that.
Yeah, you can select like amounts of times for like deleting history.
No, that's good to know.
I actually have a funny story, but I don't know if I should say it because it's kind of inappropriate.
No,
But,
dude,
like-
it's fine.
Go for it.
Like,
Again,
wait, I
like,
can.
it-
It's completely off topic. Are you sure?
No, it's fine. Like, it's again, podcast is a very loosely used term.
So I was just sitting in my living room, and I don't think my dad saw me because he was watching like a show. It
That's a
wasn't
good
like
way
an
to start
inappropriate
a
show. It was just like a
story.
talk show that used a lot of crude humor, like really.
Oh, like the late night show or whatever.
Yeah, like sexual humor,
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
as a joke.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
remember it said, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. It said P-Hub is
Oh.
is sponsoring St. Jude's or whatever, or Saint like the child thing.
What?
So I went to my mom 3 days later and I said that, and she thought I went onto the website, which I didn't even know existed. So she put like an access block to everything. So
Oh,
like even
no.
if you search up the simplest thing like Instagram is restricted, and Instagram
Oh,
isn't even
no.
bad. Like it restricts everything now, and she's had it on for my
Yeah.
whole entire life, just because of that
Did
one
you ever
thing.
explain to her
Yeah,
about
and
it?
she didn't believe me. She thought I went onto the site when I just saw it from my dad. The dad's. It was Tosh.0, I think. And my dad didn't know I was sitting in the living room because he would not let me watch that at that age. But
I mean,
he-
does she not even like expect it all? Oh well, maybe it's my husband. Like maybe
no,
he just saw
she
something.
I even
yeah.
said the name of the show, which was Tosh.0, and she was just like, "No, I don't believe you. You're lying. You went onto that site."
How would
and
you
you-
even know what Tosh.0
Yeah.
is?
Yeah, and that embarrassed me so much too, just because like I didn't go to that, so I didn't even know what it
Yeah.
was at that time. I was like a kid.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And you're just gonna ban everything just because I said something that was on a TV show that I have no idea.
Yeah, because this is the thing. It's hard to find a fine line between believing that your kid is smart and giving your kid also the credit of just being an adolescent and not like totally knowledgeable of like situations or stuff that they've heard, because some people are just like they just don't give people the credit that they deserve for like because I've kind of like experienced that a decent bit through like my childhood so far. Like when I was younger, people just wouldn't give me the credit of like knowing what I'm talking about. And it's just like, for some things, of course, like I don't actually know what I'm talking about, but like you have to find that fine line between like trusting that your kid knows something and also believing that, oh, my kid was just being an adolescent and he wasn't like totally understanding or aware of this situation. So
Yeah, but it's just really annoying because, like, I'll search up. I mean, I use Instagram nowadays just to communicate with my friends. And it's just like a big block because it doesn't do a good job. If it was blocking only the inappropriate sites, then fine. That's perfectly fine. I don't care. It's not like I go on there anyways. But, like, if it's blocking Instagram and Twitter, I mean, I shouldn't be on Twitter because that's like an adult thing. But like I shouldn't even be on Instagram. But I think I'm the legal age now that I can be on Instagram. But like, just like why would you block Instagram? It does such a bad job on filtering the content.
yeah,
You're telling me I could search up Undertale and find that, but it doesn't block that.
yeah.
It blocks
okay, well,
Instagram.
Here's the thing. There's two possibilities with that. Either your mom blocked it personally, or the site itself knows that Instagram is PG-13, and your mom set it to be like only allow sites that are rated as PG.
Yeah, but the thing that's
Wait,
stuffed
did you say
about that is I'm older
Did you
now.
say that? Yeah. Did you say that it allows Twitter?
No, it doesn't allow Twitter. Doesn't
Okay,
allow
well-
Twitter, doesn't allow Facebook. So stupid.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, probably not allowing Facebook is best for everyone because, Facebook is,
Yikes.
they sell information if you didn't know.
Yeah, I know. They listen. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Facebook, because they acquired Oculus, the Oculus just came out with their new VR headset, Oculus Rift S.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, have either of
Actually,
you seen
just yeah, I just saw a game called Five Nights at Freddy's Help
Yeah,
Wanted.
that's
It
the-
actually
yeah,
looks
that's the
so
new one.
cool. That would be
honestly,
a reason I would get.
Yeah, because like when you look at it, you realize, oh, this isn't actually another Five Nights at Freddy's game. It's just a VR experience.
Yeah, but
which-
like I
which I
still
like.
think it's really cool.
Well, yeah, but I like the fact that he's not actually making a new game like that's very story based, because it's just like, I think we're kind of done with all of the lore and everything, and I think everyone just does want it to become like one of those classic horror games like I'm Scared, just like those horror games that had their like really cool fame moment and everybody loved it, but it's just like now we want it to be immortalized in our hearts and be like, yeah, that was cool, instead of the company still pumping out games and they're just like, no, we're done with this now. Kind of like certain aspects of Battlefield. Some people are just like, we're done, you're just pumping it out because it makes you money.
Honestly, yeah. Don't get me wrong. I think it makes me mad. I think he was just trying to get cash when he pumped out a FNAF 4 and FNAF Sister Location. Those were not good games in my opinion.
FNAF 3 and FNAF 4 were the money grabs. He even mentions this on a interview that I heard. It was like a 45-minute interview. I just listened to it specifically because I'm more interested in the person who made it rather than like, oh, it's Five Nights at Freddy's, I should listen to this. Because I think it's interesting to hear the voice of a guy like him, specifically because of his background. He made like Christian games for people and like a ton of different experiences like that for little kids on different sites, but eventually he just got a lot of backlash for people saying like, your characters look scary, this isn't good. And so he did exactly what they said he should do. He made a horror game and it worked out, coming from such a like wholesome and Christian guy.
Yeah, I take back what I said from Sister Location. I just didn't. I don't think I got the best experience of it just because I used to play it on mobile. But yeah,
You played
totally
it on
forgot
mobile?
FNAF 3 existed just because I hated it. It
Why'd
was
you hate
such
it?
a bad game.
Well, actually, yeah, it wasn't very well put together, and coming back to it now, I absolutely realize, oh yeah, this sucks. Because if you actually look back through all of these games, you realize not many of them are actually super well made. The only well made ones are FNAF 4 and up. Those are the only ones that are like really well done.
Yeah, I think FNAF 2 is really well done too. I think that was a pretty good game. It
Yeah.
actually was one of the games that
It was
actually
okay.
scared me.
It was because that's the thing. The first one was scuffed because like he was low on money. He was just trying, and he even said FNAF 1 was the last game he was going to make. He said that if that game didn't work, he was going to quit and just get a real job, and that's the one that just hit it off for him. So but yeah, because that's the thing. The FNAF 1 game had like a lot of heart put into making it, and then came along, the second one. He was just like, oh well, people like this, so I'm gonna make another one. And like it was also well put together, but then FNAF 3 was just another kind of like, oh, people love this, I should make another one. And then
Yeah.
FNAF 4, he was starting to like get back into the swing of like, oh, I should make something good, and like lore based. And then Sister Location and all the following games were well made and thought through.
I remember going out of the FNAF fandom as soon as FNAF 3 came out. And then I went back into it when FNAF World came out, and then I realized FNAF World was a horrible game. In my opinion, I'm sorry if you like that game.
No,
But, like-
well, okay, because this is the thing. He meant it just to be a game about, like, opening up lore ideas and promoting Sister Location. The gameplay was, like, not even supposed to be, like, the main idea. I think the gameplay was okay. Like, I think you're right. It wasn't super polished or awesome or anything. It was just there to, be a promotion.
Pizzeria Simulator, in my opinion, was amazing. I
Oh, it
love
was
that
so
game.
good. It
That-
was... Yeah, it was just like the entire embodiment of what Scott was trying to make out of like his characters.
It was by far the scariest game compared to all of the rest of them. I think
Well,
I got.
because
I
the
think I
idea-
actually. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the idea changed because before you were like, okay, I know these creatures are coming after me and they're going to come for me and I just have to sit here and protect myself. But it's a whole different experience. You're sitting there with the monster right in front of you and you have to touch it and play sounds on it to make sure that you can do stuff with it.
It's like playing with
it-
fire. It's scary.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, it's like playing with a sleeping rabid dog, It's like,
like
if you wake it
trying
up,
to-
you're dead, but you're trying to get something out of its mouth.
You're trying to like cure it or something, but like
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you wake it up, it's
You're
gonna bite
dead.
you.
Yeah, you're gone.
It just really scared me because like
Mm-hmm.
when it, but FNAF VR that is scarier in my opinion. I think they're at the same level of scary, just because you can see them moving. It scares me so much because you can
Yeah,
see them
yeah.
walking down the hall. It's so. I freaked out. I watched Markiplier play it yesterday, and I was actually at the edge of my seat. I was so frightened.
Yeah, it was okay, because, like, okay, I used to really like Markiplier, but, he's just, as a person, he hasn't progressed any in his life. He's still just the same guy, like, oh, wow, I'm gonna act, like, really overly sexual and flex. But his reactions to that are at least fairly genuine and okay, but, so, yeah.
I just that would be probably the only reason I would buy a VR headset would be for Beat Saber, if you know that again.
Beats everybody. knows
Actually, it would be
Beats.
Beat Saber, VR chat, and then FNAF. That would be the only reason I would buy the VR headset.
Yeah, I'd probably buy it for VR chat, Beat Saber, probably Rick and Morty VR, and just other VR experiences in general, like virtual desktop, where you can go and like type out a book while you're sitting on Mount Olympus or something.
Yeah.
Here, okay, Toxic, you come up with something to say. You haven't talked enough. Well,
Yeah,
I feel like
forgot
we've been
he
taking
was
over. We have just been talking over you so much.
Yeah.
I bet some people watching this are just like, did he leave? Is he here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
'Cause, like,
forgot.
Yeah,
I
'cause,
forgot
like,
that story too.
Toxic is a genuinely awesome and funny person, and I really want him to talk more. So go.
I don't know anything to talk about. I don't like FNAF.
Okay, then talk about something you do like. It's your
Yeah.
turn to make up the
Talk
topic.
about Plants vs Zombies. Talk about something you like.
I don't know, it's annoying sometimes. That's it. I don't know what I should say.
What do you think of the new Minecraft update with like the villager and pillage stuff
I
and
don't
all
know.
of the like scaffolding?
I just play 1.8.9.
Huh?
I just play 1.8.9. Not newer.
Well, yeah, but like surely you've seen some of the new update.
Oh, I
there.
haven't.
And you call yourself a Minecrafter.
I don't. You call me that.
And you call yourself a Minecraft.
You call me that.
You are a Minecrafter, dude. The way we met was you swept me off the face of the earth while playing Minecraft.
Yeah, on 1.8.9.
I was in a game with you, wasn't I?
Yeah,
So-
okay, so you yeah,
I
you
remember I was like, "You're hacking."
yeah, you, Fine, and I were playing a game together in Bed Wars, and it's only us and this other guy who's like on the white team, and he didn't even have a bed, so we were just like, oh, easy. And then he just like swoops out of nowhere, destroys our bed, and kills us all within like 10 seconds. And we were just
Yeah,
like,
and-
because like I could tell you weren't hacking, because like his movements were like very restricted, and like you could tell that he was just playing the game.
And I was
So I was
too
just
much.
like, dude, you want to join our party? Like,
Maybe in
really what I was just thinking was like, I smell content.
I think I was 9, 10, or 11 at that time, and me being an idiot was like, "You're hacking! You're hacking!"
I was like
No,
11.
dude, I've said this before. Minecraft is probably one of the most toxic communities of gamers. Like, if you die in that game, you either get accused of hacking or get called the N-word a million times.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
I'm
Club.
going to say it.
It's just like the people who play Minecraft. I mean, take the one meme like, "Get out of my room! I'm playing Minecraft." Like that's so accurate.
I know, right?
Most kids who have grown up with Minecraft are just like, yeah, because like they say it's a PvP game, but Minecraft is nowhere near that. They have not perfected PvP at all. Like you can do combos, but like they haven't done enough to make it balanced.
Yeah, the
you know?
community has done that.
I think in 9.11, or it was like 9 point something. I don't know. It was 1.9. I don't know. It was like a 9 update. It had 9 in it. And I remember it because they introduced, I think, shields and the weapons cooldown, and I think that was the only step to PvP that they ever did.
Yeah.
I think that was the only, like, but it was terrible for PvP, actually, because it, like, put a cooldown, and you couldn't, like, just spam anymore.
Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
I play 1.8. 1.8.
Yeah, I don't remember the update.
Yeah, it's just 1.9.
I just remember it. Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at the patch notes for the new Minecraft and I saw Herobrine removed. So I looked up Herobrine removed 1.4 patch notes and I learned, oh, that's like a running joke. And honestly, you know what I honestly think would make Minecraft be even better?
Tell me.
They need to actually add Herobrine into the game for real. Like, make a boss that you have to do, like, a really specific thing to do. And not like those weird, like, gold and netherrack, like, spawning totems that are, like, plastered all over YouTube. Like, they need to make
How to spawn
something...
Herobrine.
They need to make something, like, in the end dungeon, like, where you go to get into the end.
Beater. Yeah. That's
They need to put Herobrine in there as like a mini boss.
Mini boss.
You know that little place in the end where they haven't done anything with it besides put those like floating, like Mario looking Bowser pirate ships
Oh, yeah.
that have the Elytra thing?
Yeah.
They should definitely do something with that, and like Tilt said, put like, Hero Brian or something
Yeah,
there.
I just think they need to add more bosses because it's supposed to be an RPG. It's supposed to be like an adventure type of game that's like free roam, and I think they absolutely need to add more mini bosses that are actually mini bosses instead of something like the Guardians that they're just kind of there. There needs to be more of. There just needs to be more. Just challenge and way to get XP a little faster, and just like they just need to add more variables into the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you think that's about it then?
Yeah,
Do you
maybe.
think we've run along? Yeah. Yeah. That's a good hour and 6 minutes. So,
Yeah.
yeah. This has been the Epic Gamers Podcast. Thank you guys for watching. If you're wondering what the schedule is, I don't think we have one. Like, I'll try to get these two other bozos to get into a call. Like, maybe like every week and a half. Try to get it out as regularly as possible if we are going to be doing this for real. But yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.